But at the end of the day, there's things I'm glad I didn't know. Because I think sometimes we tend to trick ourselves into thinking, well, gosh, I can't do that, or it must be too complicated or whatnot. But I'll always say that I'm glad there's things I didn't know because I may have made different decisions. And instead, I just powered through.
Welcome to the Planet Laundry Podcast, brought to you by Planet Laundry, the magazine of the Coin Laundry Association. This episode of the Planet Laundry Podcast is brought to you by Speed Queen, the leading name in laundromat equipment. Picture this, a laundromat bustling with satisfied customers. How? With multiple payment options, support in 30-plus languages, and a mobile app for customers, Speed Queen machines make it easy to unlock customer loyalty. Maximize your laundromat's potential. Visit Speed Queen at speedqueencommercial.com/turn. This is the Planet Laundry Podcast. I'm your host and the editor of Planet Laundry Magazine, Bob Nieman. Today I'm with Amy Martinez-Monfort, the founder and CEO of Tampa Laundry Company. Amy's a Florida native who attended Florida State University for her undergraduate work and the University of Florida for law school. She practiced law with Carlton Fields in Tampa before beginning a career in sales and marketing with Eli Lilly. In 2015, Amy started Tampa Laundry Company, a full-service laundry and linen service. 3 years later, the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce named Tampa Laundry Company its Small Business of the Year. Amy, thanks so much for being on the podcast today.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate your time, and to all of you at Planet Laundry for all that you do. It's a great resource for our industry, so thanks for that.
Oh, thank you so much. And did I get everything right? That's quite a resume. It's already been quite a professional career for you already.
Business wasn't a mouthful. It has been quite a journey for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, can you maybe briefly share the story behind the inception of Tampa Laundry Company? What inspired you after everything in your background to get started in the laundry business?
That's a great question. So I was riding with my family to dinner and I rode past a shuttered laundromat and there were bullet holes in the window. And I thought, man, folks really deserve better. They really deserve something better. And I was still working with Eli Lilly at the time, and my husband thought I was nuts with this idea. And I said, no, we really need to create a clean, safe environment where people can do their laundry. And that is where Tampa Laundry Company was born. And it's just been such an amazing ride ever since then.
Right. Fantastic. Well, you certainly, as I mentioned, you have a diverse educational background and professional background. You pursued both law and business. How have those two past careers influenced your entrepreneurial journey in the laundry business?
It's been great. You know, so many people will say to me when they find out I'm an attorney, why on earth would you waste your law degree? I said, I don't waste my law degree. I said, I use it every single day. When I practice law, I practice creditors' rights and bankruptcy and commercial litigation. So I saw a lot of businesses at really tough times in their life cycles. And I knew that there had to be a different way. I knew that there had to be a way to conduct business and, just do the best for people as well as for your own business. And so that was the business side of it. What was the legal side of it? As far as the business side of it, working for Eli Lilly and being trained by a Fortune 100 company in sales and marketing was absolutely invaluable. I always joke about when I had gone from practicing law to working at Lilly, that when I practiced law, people would pay hundreds of dollars just to hear what I had to say. And then when I worked for Lilly, I was, chasing physicians down the hallway, asking them to, please take some time to speak with me. But what that did was really taught me a lot of humility. It taught me about the sales process, and it taught me about never giving up when there's something that you truly believe in. So for me, having the combination of both my legal background as well as my sales background was absolutely crucial to having the confidence and the skills and the know-how to start my own business.
Tampa Laundry Company's branding is known for being clean and unique. Can you tell us more about that concept and maybe that strategy behind your company's branding?
Absolutely. So there was a lot that went into that when you think about a brand and what you want to create and how you want to convey that to your clients. For us, black and white was plain and clean and simple. It's interesting when folks see our branding, they say, oh, it's so clean. It's almost like it's subliminal for them. They don't even understand, or they're not even comprehending that they're actually talking about laundry. And that's exactly what we wanted them to think. was that the branding was clean, and it invokes that feeling of clean for our customers and relative to our service. So it's been great. We've trademarked our tagline, Think Clean Thoughts, which has been fun. But, for us, it really is that clean, simple, straightforward, think clean thoughts, clean laundry, and clean living.
Right. Yeah, very straightforward. Absolutely. To what do you attribute the growth of Tampa Laundry Company? Because you're not a very old company. You started just in 2015, and the growth has been phenomenal. So what do you attribute that to?
Hands down, it's our team. It's our team that every single day provides the most amazing customer service. We actually don't spend a ton of money on marketing. So much of it is word of mouth. We have just a top-notch team, whether it be folks that get stains out of clothing or folks that deal with you if unfortunately, if there was some sort of a mistake. We always strive to get better. And I just think when you put the customer at the center of that experience and never forget that they are your most important marketing tool, you really can't go wrong. So our growth has really come at the behest of our team, just really killing it every day for our customers and making sure that they're pleased and that they keep coming back and that they keep telling others.
Right. They're certainly on the front lines, and they're the face of the business. You can't really emphasize that enough, can you?
You can't. Absolutely not. They make us do well.
Right. I know that the local Chamber of Commerce honored Tampa Laundry Company as its Small Business of the Year a few years ago. Congratulations on that, belated. What key factors led to this recognition, do you think, in your mind?
Here in Tampa, it's as I'm sure it is anywhere, it's a very prestigious honor. It's a process that starts early on in the year, around February or March, and they actually name their Small Businesses of the Year in September, October. So it's a very long process with very, a lot of layers. And, they're looking for businesses that can rise to challenges and overcome them. They're looking for businesses that are innovative. They're looking for businesses that give back to their community. And I was very fortunate that as I talked about with our team, we embodied so many of those things. We actually, in their eyes, we embodied all of them. It's just really finding ways to continue to innovate business here in the Tampa Bay area, as well as create experiences, as I talked about before, create experiences for our customers that keep coming back and keep driving that engine here in Tampa. So we're very fortunate that we were a first-time winner. A lot of folks apply many times, but we were able to win our first year, which was great. And I always love to tell the story. So we have an award, a trophy that we were given when we won.
Yeah.
And to this day, we're now 5 years out from winning. And every morning when our team opens that window to start their day, they dust off that trophy and they put it out so everyone can see it. And for us, it was just a real sense of pride as a team to come together and be recognized for that.
Right. It's something that they're proud of, that they earned, and it's certainly something to kind of hang your hat on and build on, and that kind of pride is that's awesome. I love that. I love that story.
Great.
Yeah, I know that you kind of a slogan or a motto, which is think clean thoughts. What does that mean to you? And how does it reflect the company culture and the company's mission?
Absolutely. So Think Clean Thoughts, it's at the heart of everything that we do. Obviously, as we talked earlier about the brand, clean laundry, it's something you want folks to think about, thinking clean thoughts. But for me, it's more than that. And for our company, it's more than that. I find that in life, it's the best to see the best in everyone and to try to bring out the best in everyone. I'm a very faithful person. And I think that if we look at each other and we can see the best in everyone, it's just going to continue to perpetuate itself. So for us, Think Clean Thoughts is yes, about clean laundry, but it's also about seeing the best in people and trying to make things as best as possible as you can for others while we're here in our time on Earth.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great way to look at it. And it's certainly served you well as you've gone forward. You've also been recognized as one of the leading entrepreneurs in Tampa Bay, I believe by the Business Observer. What, I guess, qualities or perhaps strategies do you think have contributed to that type of success? What led to that?
I think for me, it's that entrepreneurial spirit that so many people talk about.
Yeah.
Knowing that there will be adversities and, persisting and pursuing it anyway. I'm often asked if I speak on panels, folks will say, well, what do you wish you would have known before you entered the laundry industry or before you started your own business? And I always say the same thing, which is I did all the research I could, but at the end of the day, there's things I'm glad I didn't know, because I think sometimes we tend to trick ourselves into thinking, well, gosh, I can't do that, or it must be too complicated or whatnot. But I'll always say that I'm glad there's things I didn't know because I may have made different decisions. And instead, I just powered through. So I think it was definitely an honor to be named one of the top entrepreneurs. Again, I'm surrounded by an amazing team and an amazing business community here in the Tampa Bay area. But for me, I think it was just that tenacity and just that never say never attitude, and just knowing that I bet on myself and I can, we can get through anything as a company. So I think that's hopefully guided my team and the other folks that I interact with in the business community here.
Right. It's definitely a team effort. No one gets there alone. And that's a great point about maybe not knowing too much. I think, sometimes you can certainly get paralyzed by some of that. So, those are great points. Absolutely. You're very plugged into your community. You're certainly involved in a number of philanthropic efforts, including Children's Cancer Center, as well as, working with the nation's military through the STAR Network. Can you talk about some of these efforts that your company's involved in and why it's so important to you? What's the significance to you on some of these things?
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to a lot of that clean thoughts, just trying to leave the world a better place than we found it. And when I think about the Children's Cancer Center, obviously a cancer diagnosis at any age will rock an individual's world, especially for children. The Children's Cancer Center here in Tampa is a place where kids can go and just be kids for a little while, be surrounded with others that are also battling cancer, but realize that, that they can really make the most of it and they can find joy in their everyday. So I'm very honored to support that mission. And we as Tampa Laundry Company are very honored to support that through a local event called Tennis on the Green. A good friend of mine started and asked me to be part of planning. So that's been great. And as far as our military, I'm so fortunate. My brother-in-law will be retiring this month as a colonel from the Special Forces in the U.S. Army. And so having my sister and her family serving for over 20 plus years, I've just seen firsthand what it takes for these heroes. And so with the STAR Network, we actually work with special operators as they retire and help them transition into different roles in their second careers here in the Tampa Bay area. So it's really a win-win. It allows us to keep that amazing talent here in the Tampa Bay area, but also allows us operators in contact with top business leaders in the area to really help them find places to showcase their skills for their second careers. So I'm very honored to support those and other charities here in Tampa. And as Tampa Laundry Company, and again, as a team effort, we really try to find different ways to support our community. And those are just two of them.
Right. Great efforts and certainly great causes. Well, hey, how has the laundry industry evolved since you've been in it? And you've been in it a while now. How has it changed?
It's changed a lot. So when I opened Tampa Laundry Company in 2015, I had received some advice that, as I talked about earlier, where I drove up on this laundromat. It had been shuttered for about 2 years and there were bullet holes in the window. And I was told, just put in new equipment. All you need is new equipment and then people will come. And I said, I'm not ready to settle for just that. So our mission has always been to create a clean, safe environment for people to do their laundry. And we started with our brand, which created kind of the template and the palette for how we were going to continue on. We also had card machines, which at the time in 2015, a lot of folks were still using coins, but we started out as card machines. We have the security cameras and things like that. And we also have things like granite topped folding tables and flat screen TVs and Wi-Fi and AC. And a lot of those things today, when I say them, it sounds like, yeah, Amy, of course. I mean, that's what all laundromats are like now. I'll tell you, 9 years ago when we built the laundromat, they weren't. I'm just really proud of where the industry's gone, where we see that everyone truly deserves the dignity of clean laundry and really elevating the experience for those customers. It's funny, when I told some folks I was going to open a laundromat, they said, nobody uses laundromats anymore. And it was sad to me, quite honestly, that we don't think about, there's a whole section of the population that uses a laundromat every single week. And so many folks use laundromats that just to be able to elevate the experience for everyone that walks through our door is an honor for me. One of the things I talk about that I think is such a blessing for me of being in the laundry industry is that we serve people, whether they have $5 in their pocket and they're coming in to do their one load of laundry for the week, or they've got $50,000 in their checking account and they want us to press their sheets and scent them with lavender. For us, we want to treat each of those clients with the same care and dignity. And so I really think that the industry itself has evolved to where we can offer these services to all types of customers. And I love to see where we've come in the last 8-9 years since I've been in the industry.
Right. Absolutely. It's the business is definitely, it's an exciting time to be in the industry. It's certainly changing and it's certainly growing. As you said, it's like the client base is certainly expanding beyond the, I guess, traditional laundromat customer to everyone. So it's interesting how your business has kind of evolved along with that. Through the years. What are your future plans and aspirations for the company in the coming years? I know things are changing quickly. What's on the drawing board?
They are. It's really fun. And it's funny when people say to me, laundry, why laundry? Right? Because we're talking different kind of the continuum of things that I've done. They're like, why on earth laundry? I love laundry because I think there's just so many avenues. And as I say, everyone generates laundry every single day, no matter your socioeconomic level. And so for me, as someone with that entrepreneurial mind, always trying to think of different ways that we can impact our communities through laundry has been awesome. So specifically what's on our drawing board, we're actually working with a local company to develop our own signature scent. And we are going to have a scent that we have in our store, as well as offer in candles and things of that sort. And so that's really something new and exciting for us to kind of move into that, not only scent marketing piece, but just a way to give back to folks, just, be able to market it through a scent. The sense of smell is the sense most closely linked to memory. When we talk about that think clean thoughts and things you want to remember, we just felt that was an important part of the brand and an important thing to do. So we're doing that. And then we're also looking at some different models to expand nationally, which should be really fun. We're still in the very early stages of those, but we like what we've got going here. We think we've got a good thing going, and we'd love to continue that throughout the country. So a lot of fun things on the horizon for us.
Oh, that's interesting. So a possible franchise opportunity down the road?
Potentially something in that realm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting. We'll stay tuned for that. Can you share any, I don't know, maybe pivotal moments or lessons that you've learned during your laundry journey here these last 9 years, and maybe how they've impacted your leadership style or maybe a business philosophy that you've developed? What lessons or pivotal moments have there been along the way?
Right. One of the things that I've always lived by is the adage, and I teach it to my kids. We always say different doesn't mean wrong. It just means different. And what I mean by that is I love hearing different opinions. I feel like it will either further entrench you in your opinion and you say, no, this is really what I think, or it opens your eyes to other opinions and other points of view. So I think that's just absolutely crucial when building a business, to really keep your finger on the pulse of the community and your clients. One thing that's admittedly been tough for me as a business owner is when folks write reviews, right? And I know a lot of folks think, oh, it's just a review. I always say people are very brave behind a keyboard. And, some of the things that will be said, it can hurt. If I'm being honest, it can hurt. And a lot of folks don't think there's some small business owner sitting on the other side of that computer who's seeing this. But what I try to look at it as much as I don't like problems or mistakes or issues, I love the way I feel when I've solved it. I love the way I feel when we as a team have delighted a customer that may have had a less than positive experience. So I think that's one of the real areas of growth that I've had within the business, and a real great lesson that I've learned is to, instead of look at something as a problem, look at it as an opportunity to delight your customer or delight your vendor or whatever that may be, because there's always going to be another opportunity around the corner. It's just really what you make of it.
Right. That's an outstanding point, and certainly a lot of those opportunities really are great ways to turn a possible negative into a really strong positive, and make a customer for life if you handle it the right way, isn't it?
So true. So true. Yeah. And I think sometimes people will either get too frustrated or too defensive about it. Again, I say it goes back to that different doesn't mean wrong. It just means different. Someone else's opinion of how we do business or whatnot doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it's different. And we need to figure out what the common ground is there. So it has been a great mantra for me throughout this business, and it will continue to be.
We talked a lot about, what think clean thoughts and how plugged in you are to the community, and just, the things that are going on at Tampa Laundry Company. What truly sets your company apart from similar laundry businesses in the marketplace? What do you think sets it apart?
Yeah, I just think it's that relentless pursuit of a positive customer experience. I know, admittedly, when I worked for Eli Lilly, it was something that we talked about all the time. It's not what you say, it's how does the customer feel? How does your client feel? How do potential clients feel? Do you really mean what you say? If you say you're going to do something, if you say it's going to be delivered at this time, do you really do that? Do you let people down? So I think for us, it's that hallmark of always putting the customer first, even when it can be very expensive for us to fix a mistake or timely, or, we accrue overtime. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's how that customer feels. Because as I mentioned, we don't spend a lot of money on marketing, but our marketing is the word of mouth of our customers who had a positive experience and share it with someone else. Or, this may have happened, but man, the way they fixed it was amazing. Because the truth is, there's going to be mistakes in laundry. There just are. And we try desperately so that there aren't. But I think one of the other things I've learned in business is it's not so much that people expect you to not make mistakes. They want to see how you react and how you fix it. And so for us, that's been great. And so when you ask about the company and how we continue to grow and fuel all these initiatives and things that we're doing, the customer experience is at the heart of all of it.
Right. Perfect. Right. Last one for you, Amy, and I really appreciate your time today. What advice would you give to potential laundry owners, especially those who are looking to make a positive impact in their communities?
Gosh, this is such a great industry to do that. As I mentioned before, you can impact folks from those with $5 in their pocket to thousands in their checking account. It's an area where people, quite honestly, they're not expecting to be blown out of the water with their experience. So even simple things can truly set you apart and can really draw positive brand recognition for what it is and what you're doing. These are people who are sitting in your laundromat for a couple of hours each week. Make it a clean, comfortable atmosphere for them. Do things where they've got things for their kids to play. It's not a foolproof business. And I think a lot of people think, oh, well, I just buy a laundromat and all I have to do is collect quarters. I really think the industry's moved beyond that now. We're really trying to see the whole customer. And I think what we can create without even spending a lot of money, what we can create for these clean, safe environments for people, even if not that it increases your revenue, just that you feel good, that you're giving someone that positive experience with a chore that nobody really likes to do for the most part. So I think it's low-hanging fruit as far as being able to delight your customers in the laundry industry.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Hey, that was everything I had, Amy. Is there anything I didn't ask? Anything you'd like to get out there regarding your journey of the last several years in the laundry business? Anything that you feel people should learn or get to know?
I just think trust yourself. If you've always wanted to own your own business and the laundry industry seems interesting to you, ask folks in the industry. That's one of the things I have loved about the laundry industry. It is such an open and helpful group of people. Absent being your competitor who's 2 doors down, most folks are very open, very welcoming to others in this space and really want to share their best practices. Just ask those questions, use those resources because it really is a great group of folks who are really trying to do a great thing for the community. So I encourage anyone who's interested in laundry, again, reach out to me or anyone you may know in the industry. Everybody's willing to help here.
Perfect. I think that's a great place to leave it. Amy, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure chatting with you today, and I think I've learned a lot, and just thank you so much.
Thanks, Bob. Have a great week.
Thanks for joining us on our podcast today. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to Planet Laundry at PlanetLaundry.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.